or you're watching the replay, and I thank you so kindly for tuning in. I will try to keep this under 15 minutes. If I haven't met you, my name is Catherine Hood, or some of you call me Coach Catherine. I am helping you through whatever challenges that you have going on right now in your life. Most of you, it's in regards to weight loss. Some of you, it's preventing type 2 diabetes. Some of you already have type 2 diabetes but want to get control of your blood sugars. I'm here to help and support you with that and other things. Love is a new, latest, greatest, fun one. It's a bit of an adventure for me, but I truly enjoy coaching all types of challenges or barriers. I'm enjoying also posting in the Facebook group, if you're watching this on Facebook, the interesting things and foods that we have in the United States that really should be banned. I'm loving your comments, your feedback on that. I also have on Reddit a community that's mimicking this same group too. So if you're not a Facebook fan, I understand. I'm also on Reddit. A topic that's been coming up a lot right now with my clients is, well, it kind of depends on where you are, but some of you are being able to go to restaurants and eat again, and that's so exciting and so thrilling. I know that I'm getting a lot of calls booked right now because of COVID. A lot of people gained a lot of weight because they're at home, they're more sedentary, they've probably not been eating as well as they probably should. These two things combined have created all sorts of problems and issues. So as restaurants open up, as we're able to partake in more foods out there, outside of our home, which we enjoy, I know I do, I love to eat out. I love food, period. I'm a huge foodie. So some things that I jotted down, some notes that I wanted to go over with you. Here's the big thing about eating at home. You know what's put in your food. You know all the ingredients. You know, hopefully it's healthy. You're using healthy ingredients. You know where they're coming from. You know how to say them. You know how to pronounce them. You take a lot of kind and care, learning how to cook really well. One tip I want to offer you that I utilize, I actually made 2 meals this week from E Meals. So it's the letter E and the word meals. If you want, I can give you a link. Just message me. I'll provide you a link to get that. I forget how much it is a year. I want to say it's like $39 for the whole year, but it gives you tons of recipes. Every week, new recipes are uploaded. I can also let you know which one I subscribe to. There's several options, I guess. And so, but anyways, I've tried 2 recipes this week and thumbs up, thumbs double up. Really, really good. But again, when we're cooking at home, we know what's put into it. We know what ingredients, what foods are used, what's being put into our body, right? So at restaurants, we don't know. Restaurants, some of them, especially the bigger chains, the big restaurants, they know what a bliss point is. They know the right amount of salt, fat, and cream, and all these different things that will hit that bliss point, that trigger your brain, light your brain up to wanting more, not stopping, to keep on going. And truthfully, it amounts to the proper amount of sweet and fat. That's what really lights up your brain. You know why? Because nothing in nature has both fat and sweet in it except for breast milk, okay? So it's going back to our childhood. It's going back to being a baby. That goes back to deep-rooted, ingrained necessity to survive. It's a survival instinct. It gives us that, fulfills that need, right? So that's, a lot of people talk about comfort food, and that's really what that amounts to. It is. It's a real thing. So, but restaurants know that. They capitalize on that. They know what the bliss point is. They know the right amount of salt, the right amount of fat, the right amount of carbs, all those things that we enjoy. But also, when restaurants open, they usually start off with a menu, and that menu will evolve into a menu that is driven by demand. And oftentimes the menu and the portions are driven by demand. So when people are asking for more portions, bigger portions, more of this, and they're not buying those healthier options, well, guess what happens to their menu? They get rid of those healthy options because they spoil, right? Because the healthy foods spoil, they perish, they don't last. So some things that I look for, actually what I steer clear of on a menu would be fried, crispy, breaded, creamy, Alfredo, Caesar. Caesar dressing is the worst. A lot of people think, oh, it's salad. I'll get a Caesar salad. It's really good for me. No, so loaded with calories. But what things that I do look for on a menu would be grilled, steamed, baked, roasted, braised, broiled, seared. Things that are not going to be butter laden or filled with oils or, this just grosses me out thinking about that. Because you don't even know. Like, have you ever been to a restaurant where they fry everything on a big griddle with a bunch of oil and you consume it because it looked good at the time, but you know factually that they just slap on that oil, they throw it on the grill that's probably been used all day long, and you leave, and within an hour, your stomach is just like heavy and gross. Well, oftentimes it's that really cheap bulk oil that they get, and they just reuse it. It's so terrible. Just thinking about it makes my stomach turn. But one thing you want to make sure you always do is choose a lean protein on the menu. Oftentimes, restaurants are going to have, good quality restaurants, are going to have a lean protein. So you're wanting to stay away from lunch meat. Please stop eating lunch meat. You're wanting to stay away from animal fat. So the really big chunks of fat, animal skin, ask them to hold the butter and the oil. I know that even at fancy steak restaurants, they'll slap on this big chunk of garlic butter on top, and it might look cute and pretty and keep it moist, but it's so bad for us. It's so bad for us. And remember to keep your proteins under 6 ounces. Why? Because it's really, really hard on your body to go over that 6 ounces in that meal. It basically converts to glucose. It's really hard on your kidneys. It's really hard on your organs. It's extremely hard on your digestive tract, and it's not necessary. So keep it under 6 ounces. And like I said about steakhouses, a lot of times they'll have these 12 ounce, 14 ounce, whatever. It's entirely way too much. Portion distortion. I should have looked it up before I got on here, but a 12-ounce steak, the calories on that alone have got to be sky high. I don't know, 2,100, who knows? It's probably insane. But ask for no chips. Ask for no bread to be brought to the table. And my biggest tip is to check out the menu before you even go. Go online. If it's a quality restaurant, they have a website, they have their menu online. And actually, the few times that I've been to a restaurant since COVID, since this last year, that's actually how their menus are done. You get your phone and you do the QR code and you look at it on your phone. So do it before you go, but make up your mind before you go what you want, and don't ask for a menu. Don't change your mind. Stick to your food plan and order first. If you're the first one to order on around the table, you actually dictate and change how everybody else is ordering. Not always, but you do, because a lot of times people will have 2 options in their mind. They know that they should order option 1, but they kind of want option 2. But if you started off with a healthy option, it actually, you inspire others to choose healthily. But ask for double the vegetables, whatever you're ordering. So again, lean protein and a vegetable. So it could be a side salad, it could be a steamed vegetable. Ask for double vegetables. Most restaurants will not charge you more. Why? Because they're going to throw it away anyways. So ask for double vegetables, and ask that there no butter, no oil be added to them. Keep that in mind. Some of the restaurants, if you have a choice of where to go, your spouse, your friends, whatever, like what are you craving? What are you wanting? Try to stick with these. The Japanese, the Thai, the Greek, the sushi. Stick within those. Oftentimes they're going to have the healthy options. They're going to have a lot of vegetables and a lean protein. And then avoid, sorry to say this, Mexican, Chinese, and Italian. I know it's probably been about 2 years ago. I went to a local Italian restaurant, and literally there was nothing on their menu that was healthy. Nothing. I ordered what I thought was like the best I could do, and I picked, and actually it was like a breaded chicken. I took the breading off. That was not chicken. I don't know what mystery meat that was, but it was gross. I'm like, I'm sorry, I cannot eat this, and gave it back. There's just no way. I'm not putting this in my body. Can't identify what it is, and it's just horrific. Needless to say, won't go back. But speak up. Learn how to speak up. Use your voice. Don't be afraid of rejection. That's what most people are afraid of. They're going to think I'm weird. They're going to think that I'm strange. Why are you asking for a specific something? Ask. You're spending your hard-earned money. Ask for what you want. It's really simple. And again, look for the menu before you go. And oftentimes, if I'm a little shy or I really am a little concerned, I'll call and ask questions before I go. They're more apt to help you over the phone than when they're rushing to take in 20 different people's orders. So if you're in a large party, call in advance, have your order ready, and actually you kind of feel special. It's kind of like being on the airplane and you get that special food brought to your row, like, oh, where's 20F? We've got this special meal for you. It actually makes you feel really special and unique. So speak up. Don't be afraid of rejection. Review the menu before you go. Stick to your plan. Don't change your mind. But ask how food is prepared and make sure you understand how it's prepared. Don't guess. But skip the fancy foo-foo drinks. You don't need them. They're all sugar-filled and really not good for you, really bad for you. I know that sounds sad, and some of you might be like shooting darts at me right now. And skip the alcohol. But if you really feel like, you know what, it's been ages since I've had a nice drink and I really want something to relax, have a small glass of red wine. But do know that blows your fat burn for 3 to 4 days and also stops muscle synthesis. So you want to make sure to have alcohol very seldom and obviously within moderation. Drink loads of water while you're there. Go hydrated. Don't go starving. Don't go where you're on an empty stomach and really, really hungry because you're going to make bad choices. I'm trying to set you up to where you're going to make good quality choices. So what you might think that will impact the experience more than anything, sorry, I'm trying to read my notes. What will you think will impact the experience more than anything? Chances are people at your table are going to applaud you. That was all of that in a nutshell. Like I said, when you make your order first, you influence what everybody else orders at the table. You're also choosing healthy options are going to influence others. Other people are going to say, wow, you have great willpower. That's amazing. That's great. And I always love it when I get my food and it actually ends up being better than their food, that maybe it is a little on the opposite end of the spectrum. They're like, oh man, I wish I would have ordered what you ordered. Truthfully, that's probably what most people are going to think, because they're going, man, now I regret ordering this. I feel really gross. My stomach's upset. I'm full of regret now. So really that's what it boils down to, is be a good example, set the pace, be the one that speaks up, has a voice, have the willpower, have the drive to make healthy choices. And the other thing too I want to hit on is, your thoughts. We can control our thoughts, but here's a point that I want to drive home. If you are sitting there and kind of feeling like left out or different, and you wallow in that and you go down that deep dark path of like, poor me, I'm eating healthy, I'm trying to shed a few pounds, I'm trying to get to my healthy weight, I have all this pressure from my friends, my family, my doctor, all this, that, and the other, and you go down this deep dark hole of wallowing down into poor me, shame on me. What ends up happening is it sets an example. It tells your brain that you're in scarcity mode. When you're in scarcity mode, it's going to ramp that up even higher. You're going to crave more. You're going to binge later. You're going to feel deprived and different. So if you start sensing, hearing that voice in your head of poor me, I'm different, stop it. Keep repeating, I'm eating healthy. I'm making a good choice today. This is a healthy choice. I'm doing this for my health. I'm going to feel good later about this. I'm going to have energy because of this. I'm doing this for my health. Just keep repeating over and over and over and over again in your mind how healthy this is for you, and maybe bring it up as a table topic. Like, I'm loving how I'm feeling. I have so much energy. This is so exciting. I'm making great choices every day. I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm loving my body. Another thing to say and think is, you know what? I can have this pizza and beer at another date and time. My choice right now is to eat healthy. I love my body. I have goals. I have ambitions. I want to travel. I want to run a marathon, whatever it is. And this is actually called the My Motivating Factor that I work with a lot of my clients on, is creating that why. Why is it that you want to be healthy? Why is it that we need to make most of our decisions, like 90% of the time? I would say 80 to 90% of your choices need to be healthy, and you will achieve an amazing, incredible, healthy body. But you've got to stick to this. You've got to know this is where it comes from, is learning and discovering how your thoughts generate feelings and your feelings generate actions. So if you allow yourself to think negatively, it's going to generate negative feelings, which generates negative or bad choices or actions. So that's my message today. I made 15 minutes. I'm so proud of myself. Thank you guys for saying hi. Hi, John. Hi, Jason. Hi, Michael. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you next week. Thank you, guys. Bye.